Welcome back, it's Melanie or She's at Scrapper. So today I am back with a 2-page layout using the new Winnie the Pooh collection from Echo Park. I am going to be documenting a trip to Disney where we met Winnie the Pooh and Tigger, and obviously this was the perfect collection. So I am going to start out with a white background, and then I am going to add a bunch of strips of paper. I did go ahead and prepare some things ahead of time using my Cricut, one of them being this honey. I wanted just a jar of honey, but when I saw the kind of strip of honey dripping down, I thought it was so cute and knew that I needed to incorporate that into my layout. So I am going to use, I think, 4 different pattern papers. And one of the things when I cut the papers that I needed to kind of make sure, some of the cutter parts were super cute sayings. And so I wanted to make sure kind of I left the ones that I thought I would use. I wanted to keep those whole on the back side. And so I did have to kind of figure out where to cut the front side. So I am going to use the yellow on the bottom going all the way across, and then I decided to use this pretty plaid. I thought that the yellow honey would show up really nicely on that. I didn't want, I guess, the yellow on yellow. I wanted it to show up, and I thought it did on the plaid here. So I think I have, let's see, 1 5x7, 2 4x6 photos, and then 2 2x3 photos. I also cut out that jar of honey on my Cricut as well, and I don't do it near as often as I should, I don't think, because it was really easy to cut that out and piece that together, and I just think it adds such a fun element to the layout. I did end up buying Tigger. I didn't actually look in Cricut if you can, I don't know, I pay for the Cricut design space, so I don't know if it would have been like a free one because I pay for it or not. I should look at that and see, instead of buying them, and see if I can put them together myself. But I did get Tigger from Petticoat Parlor. They were at the past 2 expos that I went to. So Stamp and Scrapbook Expo last year in Orlando, and then the Great Lakes Mega Meet this year as well. So once I got the strips of paper all taped down and the photos backed and all that, the layout came together really quickly. With the 2 large elements, I didn't feel like I needed to add too much. One thing I do think it is lacking, and I want your guys' opinion, and I'm getting kind of ahead of myself, but I don't really have a title. So that honey pot over on the left-hand side, I'll get ahead of myself now, that is like the largest element on that page, and I don't actually have a title. So if you guys have a good, cute title, let me know, or if you think the layout is fine the way it ends up, also let me know that, because that is one thing I kind of struggled with this layout, is I have this large element of honey, but no specific title, I guess. So I did double matte this photo. I used just white, and then I used that orange paper, the orange pattern paper, which once I backed that, I was kind of upset with myself. I forgot I had the 2 colors of that honey pot, that yellow and that orange in cardstock, and I should have used that instead of using the pattern papers, because I actually use pattern papers to mat all of the photos on page 2 as well. So I used the plaid, I used the orange, and then I used the yellow papers. And so I really should have utilized the cardstock instead of the pattern papers. But hindsight's 20/20, I guess. So I laid out page 2 with my photos so that I could get Tigger on page 2. He's looking, well, he's kind of looking out, but his body's pointed in. And so I knew I wanted him on the far right of the whole layout. And so I did kind of have to move my photos up a little bit so that I had enough space for Tigger. And then I'm kind of looking at how and what to embellish. I did go through the embellishments beforehand and kind of separate them. I bought just the one embellishment pack, and obviously not, I think I only bought 4, maybe 5 pieces of paper. So I don't have a lot. So what I ended up doing is actually separating out pieces that I thought I would use on this layout, pieces that aren't specific to Pooh that I could use on any layout. And then I think like the frames and stuff that were in the embellishment pack as well. I did decide to add a cut apart, and I just thought it was super cute and kind of helped fill in that space next to Tigger on the far right. There were some flags, and so I did just layer them on the top right. Just really simple embellishing, and it just filled in that white space over there quite nicely. And then just kind of playing around, I knew I wanted to journal, and so I kind of had to figure out how to incorporate journaling. So what I end up doing is I use this circular Winnie the Pooh piece of ephemera as kind of an embellishment, and then I use my close to my heart journaling strips to kind of come out of that embellishment. And I just felt like then the journaling strips weren't maybe just floating or kind of random. I felt like having that embellishment down there with the journaling strips helped kind of make it look okay, I guess. But now you kind of see the general layout idea. I have to tape some of the things down. But the one part, I guess, that I'm wondering if I should add the title would be to the top of the honey jar. There is that white space. I kind of thought it would be cute too, and I thought I had a bee stamp that would work, but I thought it would be cute to kind of have a bee kind of coming out of the honey and like the little dots where it was flying from. But that still doesn't fix my title problem. So wondering what you guys think. Should I try to add the bee or try to add a title? This obviously won't be the first layout from this Disney trip, but it will be kind of one of the first few, I guess. But just to finish off the layout, I went in and got my gold glitter gems from Close to My Heart, and I'm just kind of sprinkling those throughout. I think I added 1 to each of the clusters. But that is going to finish off this layout. There you can see I was trying to give some options and kind of see what it would look like to have a title above the honey pot. But that's going to finish this off. I will link this collection down below. I think it is just adorable. But I hope you enjoyed, and we will see you next time. Bye, guys.